It's midnight here in Belgium, which means booktubeathon for me is officially over, and I did it! I read 7 books, yay! But it's not midnight yet in Eastern Standard Time, so I'm gonna do the last video challenge. Sorry for the poor lighting and the lack of extra effort in this one. I'm really tired. I read 3 books today. I don't even know how. So the final video challenge is to tell a story about a book or reading experience that was important to you. And for this one, I'm going to read you guys an essay that I wrote like 4 years ago or something for school. And it's about the first book I read that really got me into reading for fun. And that's this book, The Mysterious Benedict Society. I want to add a disclaimer that in this essay I talk about how The Mysterious Benedict Society was like the first book I ever loved. And Harry Potter came first, but I'm not counting it as I write this because for me Harry Potter was like really specific. My mom read it out loud to my sister and me as we grew up, and we got the new book each year when it came out and read it together, and it was really stretched out, and it was a very different experience than just actually being into reading individually on your own. But obviously I loved Harry Potter and it will always hold a very important spot in my heart. Okay, so here goes. For my 12th Christmas, my dad gave me a book called The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. As far as Christmas presents go, this was definitely not my favorite, considering the fact that I didn't really like to read. Yes, I had read books and enjoyed them, but reading always felt like something I should do, and not something I wanted to do. It rarely occurred to me to pick up a book and start reading, just for entertainment. So I was understandably less than thrilled with this present, especially since it was probably the thickest book I'd ever seen. The book sat on my shelf for months, piling onto my growing guilt at not having made use of my dad's gift, until finally, in August 2010, I decided to tackle the 485 pages that made up The Mysterious Benedict Society. From the first chapter, I could already feel that something was different about this book compared to the others I'd read. My logical brain immediately latched on to the detached, analytical tone, as well as the extremely intelligent and resourceful yet enticingly peculiar characters. The ad that draws them together reads, "Are you a gifted child looking for special opportunities?" Well, these characters are most certainly gifted, and they are immediately faced with a series of intriguing tests of wits, creativity, and resourcefulness, through which we learn about the different strengths and weaknesses of the main characters. These challenges lead to a chain of events for which special opportunities is highly euphemistic. It was so new and refreshing to finally encounter a story with which I could truly identify. I saw elements of myself in the protagonist, Rainie's love of logic and rationality, Kate's sportiness and need to never stop moving, Sticky's strong visual memory, and Constance's hot temper, which, for my 12-year-old self, made it feel like the book was written especially for me. The book did something else that no book had ever done for me before. It made me laugh. This was a new concept for me, that a book could be simply entertaining without requiring any extra effort on my part. When I finished it, I was at a loss. I no longer knew what to do with my life, so I turned back to page 1 and read it again. Soon after, I found out it was the first book in a trilogy, and spent weeks waiting for the next 2 to arrive at my doorstep. When they finally did, I read them both in a day, by the end of which I'd fallen into a sort of depression. I couldn't fathom the idea of other stories, other characters that I would enjoy just as much, if not more. Instead, I mourned the end of the only book series I thought I would ever love. Finally, my dad decided something needed to be done, so he took me to a bookstore and practically forced me to buy some more books to read. And I'm so glad he did, because ever since then I haven't stopped reading. I've since found plenty of books that meet the same standard, but The Mysterious Benedict Society will always hold a place in my heart as the book that started it all, that taught me that reading is fun. There you go. I hope you liked my little reading story. I know this is nothing special, but I'm really tired and oh my god, I cannot stay up all night editing. I managed 3 videos this week. I'm really impressed with myself considering I've never made videos before. I hope you all had a wonderful booktubeathon, and if yours isn't over yet, then good luck. Alright, bye!